Hey BookTube, it's Tara, and I am here for my weekend reads video to go over the books that I finished last week, or this past week, too, and a book that I picked up this weekend that will be a new read that I'm buddy reading with Zoo over at Zoo's Reading Corner, I think is the name of her channel. Of course, I will link it in the cards. I will put it in the description box as well. So the two books that I finished up this past week were one nonfiction book called Your Money or Your Life by Vicki, and this is a 9-step program in order to help you gain understanding about financial integrity, financial intelligence, and financial independence. This book was just okay for me. I believe I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I was looking for something a tad bit easier to, I guess, implement into my own money journey moving forward. This book was very insistent on gathering a plethora of information about your finances. You know, she, in the very beginning of the book, stated that if you're going to get a full scope or picture of your life financially, then we need to look at how much money you have brought in thus far over your lifetime. Meaning, you know, let's look at W-2s and tax statements from your very, very first job. I personally don't have the resources or the mindset, or I feel like even the time to try to go back and look at what I made when I was 15 years old working around the corner at the drugstore as my very first job in life. So this was in order. This particular exercise was a plan for you to understand this is how much money that you've made thus far. And then there's a certain equation that she uses in the book in order for you to understand your true hourly wage and exactly how much life energy you have input into making that hourly wage. And moving forward in the book, you can use this information to understand exactly how much life energy and life force you're putting into working, how much you're truly making per hour, even though your paycheck may say you make $25 an hour. When it comes down to it, you're only making 10 or 12, you know, after you take out certain factors and consider certain levels of energy and time spent into implementing said practices or said duties within your life. So she does this in effort for you to realize, or to ask yourself the question the next time you choose to want to make an extravagant or even a small purchase: is that $1,200 iPad worth the next 70 hours of my life energy spent? And I can understand the logic. However, it just wasn't realistic for me. So I think this book would be great for those people who are, I guess, interested in programs concerning their financial life and their financial stability moving forward, but it was just an okay read for me. The next book that I finished up last week was the final book in the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin called The Stone Sky. And the main character, Esun, who you follow throughout all 3 books, we come to the finality of this story and the sacrifices that she has made in order to end the story. So I guess in essence, it was a bittersweet ending. I hate to say it was a happy ending because I guess that's up for interpretation. But overall, now that I finished the trilogy, I would give the entire trilogy, if I could, probably 4.5 stars. It was really good, and I'm glad that I actually finished that book. So what I picked up this weekend that I am buddy reading with Zoo is The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Windsor. I took the dust jacket off because dust jackets annoy me with hardcover books because they're always slipping and whatnot, and I am probably, what's that, like 30% of the way through it. This is the second book in the, I don't know what the series is called in all honesty, but the first book was Rage of Dragons. This is the second book, Fires of Vengeance, and there may be a third book coming. I'm not sure. I don't follow it that closely. But this is the book when I talked about Rage of Dragons, that has a lot to do with fighting, and it's kind of like a gladiator slash Game of Thrones type story world, but set with African characters and based in like a Africa type setting. So the second book, in my opinion, is starting off fantastic, and it's a lot better than the first book from, you know, the 30% that I've made it thus far in the book. So I'm enjoying this a lot better than I enjoyed the first book. And I don't know if that's because I read the first book and I'm not vested by any stretch within the characters or the storyline, but maybe it's because I've gathered an understanding for the world that was built here, and now I can immerse myself more within the story and within the world, and so I'm able to follow a lot better, which is why I feel that this book is better than the first one, but we'll see. So with Zoo, we're going to get our reading schedule together so that we can buddy read effectively, and hopefully we will be done this week coming up with this book, and then I'll be able to talk about it at month's end. And that is all I have for my weekend reads, guys. I'm going to film another video because I need to make an announcement concerning a Black readathon that is happening in the month of February that I want all of you guys to be knowledgeable about and possibly participate if you're interested. So I'm going to put my notes together for that and get filming on that as well. So thank you guys for watching again. Please consider subscribing if you haven't. Like the video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.